Hey, what's going on? This is Terrence from blackbeachweek.com, and let me tell you, I got a very special guest this time. His name is Rick, and where are you from, Rick?
Arizona.
Arizona. He's been a member for of
TFNation.
how many years again?
Since 1988.
How many times you say you've been here?
40 times.
40 times. Why? I mean, why? What brings you to
TFN.
The wild women, the wild women, the ripping and the tearing, the ripping and the tearing.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. So what have you done this whole entire week?
There's no other place in this universe like
TFNation.
None. You hear that? 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 See, do your dance. Do your dance. Do your dance. See, this is. Now, ladies, I mean, I can't comment, but.
Stop the track. Let me say facts. Give me a minute and I'll be right back.
I got enough to say. Terrence, blackbeachweek.com, Memorial Day weekend.
TFNation.
You act like I just got a been the #1 diva in the game for a minute. I know you got the paper, don't wanna take all the praise of the radio.
After all is said and done, you never walk, you never run.
So it's that time of year again. TF Nation is nearly upon us. I thought it'd be right that I actually did a video, seeing as that's the thing now. Everybody's doing the video. I wanted to hold it back, and I didn't want to do one too soon. There's plenty of other people out there who do that. You know you are. It's fine. It's all good, isn't it? It's fine. I like it. I like that people have are starting to get a bit excited about the whole TF Nation thing and making videos and stuff like that. It just makes it more when you get there. And for anybody who's never been there before, you're in for a treat. It's really good. It's really good fun. This is my I've been to both the TF Nations so far. This is my third one, and I'm not going with the family this year. The family are staying at home, and I'm going with my friend Paul, who lives quite close to me, and we are going to go down on the Friday and probably be there for late afternoonish, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, we've got the everything booked. Stopping in the Hilton, gonna have some beers, and basically we're just gonna mix it up with people. We had a chat today on sent a few messages to each other about what we're gonna do, taking stuff, because you got to take a little bit of crafty beer, aren't you? A little bit of crafty beer, because yeah, you can drink it a little bit in your room, that's fine, nothing wrong with that entirely, that's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna mix it up, meet some folk, have a chinwag, have a good time. That's what TF Nation's about. It's about having a good time. I thought I'd have a little look at some of the attendees this year, because there's some good stuff on offer. So there is Andrea Sogluzzo. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He was sideswiping Revenge of the Fallen. Revenge of the Fallen? Yeah, he was sideswiping Revenge of the Fallen, which is great because we got another movie voice actor in the show, which is in the convention, which is good fun because we had one last year and having one this year. This is good. This is good because you're broadening it, you're making it so you can have some other things. But what you don't know about this guy is a few other things that he's been involved with. He's also in RID, he played Claw Trap, and he was in Star Wars Rebels, and he was also in Polar Express. And you know the two guys that drove the train that were like at the front? If you've ever seen Polar Express, if you've got kids, you've seen Polar Express, I trust that. I guarantee it. There's also Daniel Riordan, who was Megatron in the original RID, Robots in Disguise, which I'm not massive familiar with that cartoon. There's a lot of those cartoons I never really seen those. What's interesting about that guy, he was also in Ed Wood with Tim Burton's Ed Wood, which I think is fascinating. He was in DS9 and Star Trek Next Generation, so cool. DC Douglas, who's from the Rescue Bots. He plays Chase in the Rescue Bots. My little lad liked Rescue Bots for a little bit, but then he kind of abandoned the whole thing. He don't really pay much attention to Rescue Bots anymore. But he's also been in a regular show, which I do watch with my lad all the time, which is a fantastic show. Really, really, if you're into your 80s stuff and references towards Transformers and Thundercats and He-Man and all that kind of stuff, regular show's your thing. It's really good fun. But he's also in that TFNation, which is a bit of a rip-off of, a bit like Walking Dead. He was also in 24, and he was in Star Trek Enterprise. So that's, yeah, that's quite good, isn't it? I quite like that. We got the quite a few from IDW. We have Margaret Scott and James Roberts, Alex Milner, Nick Roche, Jack Lawrence, John Paul Vove, and Kay Zama, or the IDW. I'm not massively familiar with all the IDW crowd, but it's all good stuff. But there are some really good guests. So I've left these to the end. Aaron Archer. Now, I didn't know who Aaron Archer. I've never heard of Aaron Archer until he was announced for the convention, and then you're looking at it and you think, blimey, this guy's... He's come up with a lot of the concepts for a lot of Transformers. He came up with entire ranges and things like that. This guy's mega smart. He came up with crazy stuff. To have a brain that works that way, the kind of development that he's used is ingenious at that. I'm genuinely intrigued to listen to this guy about how they come up with a concept for certain toys and things like that. Bob Budiansky last year, Aaron Archer this year. Nice one. Now, there are two artists that you may not think that much of, but these two guys are like huge things for me. I'll start with the one that you've probably a bit more obscure, which is Lou Stringer. Now, Lou Stringer was the guy who used to do Combat Colin and Robocapers in the back of the Action Force and the Transformers comics back in the day, back in the 80s. Now, he also used to draw a comic book that I was a massive fan of way back, called Oink. Now, Oink was a really like, it was like Viz for kids. Viz is quite an adult book, but Oink was kind of just pushing the boundaries of decency when it came to like kids comic book stuff. And Lou Stringer was part and parcel of that whole thing. He was a big part of that. And I actually have an Oink preview copy, one that was never sold, in really good condition, that I'm dying to have signed by him. So it's going to be a real honour to meet Lou Stringer. But the biggest one, and it may not mean that much to people, but Mike Collins is at TFN this year. Mike Collins did some work for the Ladybird books that were done back in the day, but he also did a lot of the G1 comic book stuff. And it's alright, it's pretty good stuff, but I tell you what, Mike Collins is a lot more famous than that. Mike Collins is a megastar when it comes to the comic book world. He basically created Gambit. I don't know if he created Gambit actually, or he was the first artist to draw the character Gambit. It was in the X-Men. I have a copy of that comic book, the first appearance of Gambit, and it is worth a lot of money, and it's gonna be signed by him come TFNation. An absolute legend in that industry. What a guy to have there. Lou Stringer, Mike Collins, absolutely brilliant. But best of all, this year, and I may have said something about this maybe last year, best of all,
You got the touch.
we have Stan the man. Stan the Man Bush is going to be at TFNation and he's going to do a gig at night. This is as soon as they announced it, I said, oh, yeah, tickets, buy me tickets, get me on Stan Bush straight away. It's going to be fantastic. My only worry is that people won't let themselves go. They need to have some beer in them. They need to get on there and they need to experience it. They need to just eat it. Everyone's going to know Dare and The Touch and all that kind of stuff. We all know that. You may start with one of them, but just let yourself go. Just get into it. I want everyone. If this is successful, if this is a success with Stan Bush and all the rest of it, and everybody's enjoying it and everybody's having a great time, what's stopping them from doing something else? What's stopping them from having somebody else next year, maybe Vince DiCola or somebody like that? You know what I mean? How good would that be? It's just, there is so much scope for this if it works, if it truly works, and if it's good. But we need us. It needs us, the people, to actually make it decent. So let's enjoy it, shall we? So seeing as it's TFN's nearly upon us, I thought I'd do a little TFN top 10 tips. My top 10 tips, not everybody else's top 10 tips. My top 10 tips. So if you're going to TFN, you've never been before, here's what you need to know. 10. Food. Food is available at the bar and available in the hotel, but it is quite expensive. So there is places that you can go outside the hotel to graze upon and do whatever you want, but you can also take your own food in. I advise taking certain things in, like crisps and nuts and muesli bars and all that kind of stuff, and you can carry bags of that and you can leave it in your room and you can do whatever you want. But you could also order your own food, but don't eat it in the bar. If you eat it in the bar, you're going to get yourself in bother and you're going to get everyone else in trouble as well. Don't get the organisers in bother. 9. Drink. Last year they did a happy hour and they opened up like a little separate bar at the side that had like some pale ales on and real ale and stuff like that, and they had like a big stand where you could buy I think it was Stella Artois or something like that. Now the bar prices are quite expensive, but they did have this happy hour on where the beer prices were quite reasonable, and quite a few of the people that I know that I went with, they had a lot of the pale ales and they said they were fantastic. You can take your own beer and drink it in your room as much as you want. I will be taking a little bit of my own ale. You've got to take a little bit your own. There's nothing wrong with taking a little hit flask or anything like that. It's all good, but don't just bring your own beer down and drink it in the bar. You'll get yourself in bother doing that. Don't do it. Number 8, panels. Always plan if you're going to do panels, because you want to do this one, this one, this one, this one. A lot of the times the rooms will open up. You want to go in there and you'll be in your element, going round and round and round and round and looking at all the different things, and then you'll realise, oh shit, I meant to catch that panel. If you want to get any panels, mark them down. Make sure that you set reminders on your phone. Do things like that. Always plan. Make sure that you plan. Don't miss out on something that you want to do. Number 7, personal hygiene. It has got better. I must admit that the first one I went to, there was some, yeah, but it's got better. But there is one or two. You'll just come across one or two that'll just be oblivious to the whole thing. Now, trust me when I tell you that it's not hard to just put on a bit of deodorant and have a shower now and again. There's a shower in your room. Everybody should have a shower every day. Every day should have a shower. Why don't you have a shower? I couldn't function if I didn't have a shower every day. It's not rocket science, is it? Number 6, Club Con. Now, there's a few things that happen at TFN, and I heartily recommend certain aspects of it, but Club Con is a must do. You must go to Club Con. It's great fun. you end up sitting on tables with people that you wouldn't normally sit and talk to, and you just have a good old chat about stuff. I mean, every year I've done Club Con, and it's been great, and they do the cosplay, and they also have the readings and just some great fun, like little quizzes. And yeah, Club Con, probably normally the highlight of the entire thing. 5, money. Don't go mad. Don't go crazy on your first day and start just buying stuff willy-nilly. Take your time. I've heard people say that if you wander around and you see something and you don't want to buy it, and you think, yeah, but also don't go crazy. Don't spend money you don't necessarily have. There's too many people that, and you can ask any of the YouTubers that do it, that have bought stuff from last year or the year before or the year before that or wherever they've done, and they've bought things and they've hardly played with them, they've hardly touched them. It's not here to buy as much as you possibly can. If you go there with a budget of £100 or £1,000, you could still have a great time, but don't just spend money for no reason. It's a silly thing to do, and it's not about that. It's about the experience of meeting other Transformer enthusiasts. That's what TFN is. It's not about spending your cash. 4, Toy-Fu. Now, I say don't spend your cash, but there's one place that you have to go to. One place that is the best store in the entire room. It's Toy-Fu. I adore Toy-Fu. You go up there and there's the lovely guys that run it every single year. They have the best selection of stuff you've ever seen. Humongous tables full of the weirdest stuff, but not only that, you have the budget stuff. If you want to buy a Transformer for £5 or something like that, they have it on there. They have G1 all the way up to the brand new stuff. They have everything. They also have a free fanzine. It's free, or if you buy something, and they give away badges. And I last year took them a bag full of stuff, and hopefully I'm going to sort some stuff out and take it again, because it goes to a great cause. It all goes to charity, and these guys work really bloody hard all year to do this kind of stuff. So I can't recommend them enough. Go down to Toy-Fu, meet the guys, shake their hands, say hello. 3, Stambush. We need to go to Stambush. Everyone that's got a ticket goes to Stambush. Yeah, I know you've already paid the money to go, but we're going to go. We're going to have a great time. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to rock out with our socks out. We're going to rock out. It's going to be. Yeah, I'm not really a rocker, but yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. 2, talk to people. Now, I'm quite an outgoing person, and if you see me at TFNation, do not hesitate to come up and say hello. I did say this last year. I said that if anybody recognises me off of YouTube, or if anybody recognises me from the TF&such or TFYTT, all that kind of thing, come up and say hello. Come up and just go, I know you. I'll say you're Hot Rodney Rodney. Just say you're Hot Rodney, or you're Gary, and come up and just say hi. Introduce yourself. I was stood in the queue waiting to get my key, and I was talking to about 3 or 4 people who just came up and said hello, and that's great. I love that. I love the fact that people come up and they know who you are, and they want to have a chat. But if you're not sure and you just want to, if you don't recognise people, just go up and start chatting. If somebody doesn't start talking to you, move on to other people. There will be loads of people that just want to chat and have fun. It's about meeting other people. It's about having a great time, and you will, I guarantee, you will meet people that you'll just think, oh, mate, I know him, I know her, and it's so, oh, it's brilliant. Number 1, and the most important one of all, is relax. Enjoy yourselves. Don't be frowning. Don't sit there with a miserable face. There are a few people that like to be miserable, and I occasionally seen a couple of them at TFNation with the miserable faces, and I think, why are you so miserable? It's about having a good time. It's about laughing. I think that the faces don't like doing the upturn your mouth thing. It's about having a good time and relaxing with people, and we're all the same kind of like-minded weirdos that like plastic transforming toys. We should all be relaxed enough with each other to be comfortable in each other's skin. Not in each other's skin, in your own skin. What the hell was all that about? So, yeah, everyone is going to have a great time. I noticed that Dave and Emily did a video with some questions. If I get a chance to answer them later, I will, and I'll do another video maybe before TFN, and then I will be doing a few videos. Hopefully I'll do a video at TFN. I'm looking forward to meeting up with people that I know very well already. A lot of the members of the Facebook group Transforms and Such, and people who are in the TFYTC and all the rest of them. I'm just looking forward to meeting up with folk and that I know, and meeting new people that I've never met before, all that kind of stuff. It's just great. Get drunk, and I'm gonna do play Cards Against Humanity. There'll be an unboxing again, which will be quite funny because I've just started doing that. That should be quite entertaining, to say the least. So yeah, it is a great time. It's a great time to be alive, and like I say, if you've never been before, you're in for a good old time. And if I don't see you before, I'll see you at TFN. See you later.